Thank you guys again for being here. Truly exciting day. Great day to be around. Can't say enough about these guys, just what they had to overcome and endure this season. We knew coming to the season that we had a chance to be special, but we knew it wasn't going to be given to us easy. So again, they did what we asked. They scratched, they clawed, they bled, they sweated, they cried even. And they just went to work every day, regardless of what we threw at them, regardless of what we asked them to do. They did it, and now they're champions, and no one can ever take that away. So we're excited to bring the Celebration Bowl trophy back to the SWAC, and I know Commissioner is very excited about that. And it's a great week, great event, and think that two of these guys will be transitioning on, but we got a really good team returning, and we got to go get some more guys and hopefully run it back because we want to be here again next year.
All right, at this time, we're going to request for student athletes, Orange.
This question for Jeremy Maceo Hurd, Crush Sports Talk Network. 9 different receivers touched the ball today. Ball distribution seemed like it would be a factor because once you guys start getting on the move, a lot of those backside throws start opening up. Let's talk about the game plan for this week.
Yeah, I think that's our plan every week. We have what we do well. We're going to present it a little differently, every time we play. But at the end of the day, we're going to do what we do well, play our game, and that's how it's went the whole season. I think we've done a great job of spreading the ball around to everybody. And everyone on our team can make plays. I have trust in every single guy that I'm throwing the ball to, and hats off to the whole line doing a great job, giving me time to sit back there and find the right guy.
All right, guys. Roy Evans, Black College Sports Network. I want to talk to the 2 MVPs of the game. At the beginning of the game, it seemed that Howard knew what you guys were doing and what was going on. Talk to us about how Coach Simmons and the rest of the coaching staff's preparation leading up to this gave you all the ability to stay focused enough to get back into the game.
Well, I would say, just from week 1, we kind of had to handle adversity from fall camp. We go up Jackson, we put up 28 in the first half, but the second half wasn't our best. So, we had lows in the season where we've had to, fight back and make things happen. So we've seen it before, and it was something that we've been, practice, been well coached on. So it was pretty easy, I would say, to get back to who we are and playing rally football.
Young lady in the back.
And continuing on what he said, we've been in this situation several times, so it wasn't really nothing that we had to get adjusted to. We just had to come out and stick to the game plan and make it work.
We can go young lady in the back.
Hi, Allison Posey, WCTV Sports. This is a question for Kelvin. Being a local guy, man, being from Tallahassee, being named the offensive MVP today, the performance that you have, how much does this mean to you to do it for Rickards High School, to do it for Tallahassee, to do it for Florida A&M?
It means the world. My parents have put so much work in to get me to this position. All the folks in Tallahassee that supported me all the way, I just want to give a big shout out to them, man. It feels amazing. I'm just glad to be here and shout out to God.
Vaughn Wilson from HBCU Game Day, and this is for all 3 players. All 3 of you started your career somewhere else, and you decided to end it at FAMU. What went into that, and how do you look back and think on that decision?
What's up, Chief Wilson, that we're going down?
Yeah, I've spoken about it many times. I was reluctant, to transfer. I didn't really want to do it, but I had to because I knew I wanted an opportunity to play, and I'm so thankful to Coach Simmons for giving me that opportunity. That's the first thing I told him was just thank you for believing in me. He didn't have to. I hadn't played, and I had 1 season of JUCO film, and he saw something in me, the same thing that I saw myself, and I wouldn't have changed that decision for the world. I'm so thankful to be a part of this team.
Big shout out to Coach Simmons. He told me when I was committing here, like, listen, you coming here to win the championship, and all the goals and stuff that he's told me, it came to fruition. So I just want to give a big shout out to him. We battled plenty of adversity and we came through it. So
Piggyback, coming from junior college, I was really looking for a home, somebody who would, treat me well, allow me to play the game that I loved as a child. So a big shout out to our coaching staff, Coach Schmitty, just for allowing us to be us and play football. I'm beyond grateful to even be here. I would say what influenced my decision was just the culture in itself. Having players like Marquise Bell, who played in the same JUCO conference that I did and to see what he's doing now. So, it was definitely an inspiration and my influence in coming to family.
Dr. Bill. Kenyatta Dr. Bill's inside HBCU Sports Lab. This is for all three of you in terms of Jeremy Musa, obviously the MVPs of the game, Elder Dean and Isaiah Majors. You came in here, I'm sure you wanted to think through your head in regards to winning a championship, a national championship. In this case, the Cricket Celebration Bowl, HBCU national champion, and in the season with 12 wins. With all that said, now that the motion is there, you've actually done it. How do you feel?
We're starting to far in with all that.
I'm at a loss for words.
It's my first time ever winning a championship like this or something huge in my life. So hey, I can't complain, man. It really don't feel real at all.
Yeah, I was super excited, but the competitor in me can't just help but want to go watch it back and see, what I could have got better at. Try to not make it a nail biter, but I'm so proud of our guys for being able to fight through adversity. I'm just really excited, ready to get to go see my family.
Hi, I'm Golden P. Smith of Exposure Magazine. I wanted to get feedback from everyone on what it means to you to win this championship here in the city of Atlanta.
So this time we'll start with Musa.
Yeah, it's my first time in Atlanta. Celebration Bowl did a great job of putting on a great event for us, and what better place to play than a venue like this? I had a lot of fun. I enjoyed it, and that was a great experience.
We got a lot of teammates from Atlanta, and I heard like majority of the fan base or alumni from FAMU are in Atlanta. So I'm glad they can all come out and celebrate this victory with us. It feels so good to bring it back home.
I would say it's just a blessing. I've never been to Atlanta, so to come here for my first time and walk away with something so precious, it's a blessing.
We can get the last question to the senior gentleman here, Mr. Luke Williams.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Mike. We're going to the Black College report page. This is for Jeremy, one for Jeremy and one for Isaiah. Jeremy, 3 touchdown passes in the fourth quarter. What opened up late that allowed you to hit those TD passes down the stretch? And Isaiah, explain that last game-sealing interception.
Yeah, we had a game plan coming in, and, we had a couple plays that we were saving, and, they were just the right time. And, on that last one, we had the same thought process. I told him, and he told me right back that we're going to call that. And, I'm just executing the plays that he calls. That's my job, is to execute the plays and get us into the right one if we're not. And that's all I did was my job, and the rest of the guys did their job. And when all 11 guys do their job, great things happen. So hats off to the offense, hats off to the defense for playing a great game. I'm so proud of our guys.
Yes, and I would say when you get into clutch situations, you kind of know what the offense is going to present to you when it comes to screening draws, quick downs. They got limited time, so they're trying to move the ball fast and save it. I went with my hunch, and they play on the ball. God allowed me to come up with himself.
If you hold on to it, I know they can
Come on now,
break down to
At this time, we're going to open up a question for the coach. This your man in front. Just go first. Get the mic on 1 second.
I was especially impressed to follow up on the question about the fourth quarter, 16-10 going into the fourth, and suddenly they seem to find something that just breaks it open with Jeremy and Kelvin. Can you talk about what you saw? He said waiting for the right time or holding on to something late, but I'm sure you were not wanting to wait to produce offense.
Well, obviously, we had a game plan, and they were doing things to neutralize a lot of our earlier thought processes. And so we knew there were a bunch of man coverage there. When you're in man, it's hard to kind of track the back out of the backfield, and so we were able to get a couple of plays with Kevin Dean sneaking out of the backfield and matched up 1-on-1 versus linebackers. he's a very dynamic player. And so it's hard for linebackers to run with him, and Moose did a great job. Offensive line did a great job of protecting. And he was able to find him late. And then the last one was kind of a trick play that we had worked on for weeks. Kind of held on to it. Luckily, we didn't have to pull it out the bag early. The toss back to the quarterback and the deep throw to Jamarier and executed to perfection. I tell you, it never worked in practice. I said, we're not going to run the play because it looked terrible every time we ran it. But they said, Coach, run the play. Have faith in us. And faith is our first word. And at that time, I said, hey, we need to play. We called it, and they executed it perfectly. So thank God I didn't go with my right mind. We probably want to run that one.
Go right here, Rob Michelle.
Hey, how y'all doing? Gerald Thomas, Tallahassee Democrat. What's going on, Coach?
So, G.
Congratulations on the Black College Football National Championship and celebration of all victory. And Coach, I know I know it's kind of soon to really reflect on the season, but you came here at FAMU, and got hired in 2017, 2018 was your first season, and of course your job was to bring that winning culture back. You left 3 winning seasons at Prairie View A&M, came here. It's been an adverse journey for you here at FAMU just with you. Can you just reflect on that a little bit and talk about your journey here and how it gets a happy ending with the championship?
Yeah, obviously when we came here in 18, we came with a goal to build a championship culture. That's the last goal that we have. We have our 7 goals that we start the season with. The 6th goal is the celebration mode. And we checked off every box, and the 6th one was accomplished today. The last goal is to build a sustainable championship culture. And that's year to year. That's not just 1 year. So it's what we do in recruitment, it's what we do academically. It's everything that we do within this program to sustain success. And that's the goal. So just thankful to our administration, thankful to our fan base, everyone who supports our program, because we're not here because of me alone. We're here because everyone that loves Orange and Green supports these young men. And it feels great to finally be able to hoist that trophy after such a long time.
Yeah, man, in the front. And here, you sir.
Thank you. What's up, Coach?
Man, how you get in here?
Let's play too. My friends told me to congratulations. Coach, how do you do it? Because in the first half, a lot of games you was down in the halftime. You came back. Everybody said you're on second half team. How were you feeling today about it was a championship game and how it was playing so well?
Well, the funny thing was, I told the team at halftime, we played our worst half of football all season and we're down 6. So for us, if we just settle down and play, championship games are a little unique. We talked to the guys about it's the next game up. No game is bigger than any other game, but it's a championship. So our team physician, Dr. Rowe, after pregame came to me, he was like, Coach, you had to talk to the team. Like I see some looks in their eyes like this doesn't seem like a regular game to them. And so we came out with a championship game. We did some things uncharacteristically. First kick, Mike Smith's been an amazing kicker all year. The first kickoff, he kicks the ball straight down the middle of the field and lands on the 20. And so we just had to get out of our own way in that first half, settle down. And once we were able to do that, we came out and played really good football. But we've been a second half team all season aside from the Orange Blossom Classic. But that's the way we train. We train to be the better conditioned team and the team that's able to be the last team standing.
Coach Mark.
What's going on, Coach? Jared Hoffman, HBC Sports. You talked about your team's slow start, but no matter how many slow starts you guys have had this season, the one thing that's always remained the same is that your defense has always been a great equalizer, and that was no different tonight with ending the game with 2 interceptions in the last 2 drives. What is it like having a defense like that in this game and all season, where no matter what happens throughout the flow of the game, your defense is always there to make a play for you?
Well, there's an old cliche in football: the defense wins championships, and it holds true with this bunch. We said at the start of the season, my first interview, I made a little proclamation. I said this group has a chance to be the best defense in America. And after 25 practices, going against them every day, I knew it. We were deep at every position. We had speed, we had athleticism, we had size. We just had to bring it all together. And those guys were totally committed to what we've done on defensively, listening to Coach Smith and other coaches. And when we scored that last touchdown, and I looked up at the clock, and I said, we put it in our defense's hands, I relaxed. I kind of took a deep breath because I knew that those guys would stand up and answer the call like they've done all season. And just so proud of that unit. And if anybody in the SWAC questions whether Isaiah Major is the best defensive player in the country, they weren't watching today's game.
Coach, Mark Starr with Miami Times, congratulations on the Celebration Bowl victory. First, I just want to ask you as far as throwing them on the national stage, as far as playing on ABC, what does that mean for the university having the first national game playing on national television?
Well, obviously this is the big boy of them all. All eyes were on this game. We told the guys that going into the season, and every chance we get to play on national television, we've been blessed to play on TV a few times this year, but to be on this stage, we get a chance to represent Florida A&M University. There's a student somewhere in the far-reaching parts of this country who before today probably never really heard of an HBCU or never really looked deep into an HBCU. I think they're gonna get on Google today and kind of look to see what FAMU is all about, and hopefully they do, because they have a chance to get a degree from the number one public HBCU in America, a top 100 public institution nationally. It's a school that produces the best and the brightest in this world, and so I think every chance we get, we're thankful for that opportunity. Thankful to ABC, thankful to the Cricket Celebration Bowl, ESPN, everyone who plays a hand in this, because it does put HBCUs on the spotlight, and we don't get that very often.
We'll go Vaughn, Wilson, and then we'll come over here.
Vaughn Wilson, Capital Outlook, HBCU Game Day. Coach, midway in the third quarter at a critical point, you gathered the offense in a circle and you had prayer meeting with them. Can you tell us what Bible verses you were telling them?
Probably some of the same ones I used all year. Just challenging the guys. I really challenge the offensive line. Games like this, again, it's going to be one in the trenches. And so, we had some blunders here and there, some missed assignments, some missed protections. Some penalties that really hurt us. Personal fouls. We had 2 linemen get personal fouls, 1 get ejected. And so we cannot continue to play that way if we want to truly be champions in life. You got to be able to be calm in critical situations. And it's a life lesson. It's something we continue to talk to our young men about. Football's an intense game, but you got to be able to play with your head. And I thought today sometimes our guys kind of got outside of themselves. So just try to bring them in and settle them down to play together as a family. And when we do that, man, people see we're basically unbeatable.
Wilson Jackson, Sports Illustrated. Coach, we talked before this game. You talked about your players becoming more of men outside of just being players. You also talked about how your parents prepared you for this moment. Now that you won this, how do you feel about that?
Yeah, I firmly believe that coaching is our ministry. There's so many life lessons that we learn through this game. You learn how to overcome adversity. You learn how to pick yourself up when you're knocked down. You learn how to work together as a team. Very rarely in this life you're going to be successful doing it by yourself. And football is the ultimate sport because it takes all 11 guys to do it the right way for the play to be successful. And so when you continue to emphasize those principles every day, we say the same thing everyone else says: the way you do anything is the way you do everything. So if you want to be a champion football team, there's certain traits that you got to have. There's certain characteristics that you have to display all the time. Well, guess what? You take those same things into the classroom, those same things out in the community, you'll be successful in life. And so that's why football is such a critical part of our foundation here, because we really try to apply those principles across the board. So to see them excited about this championship, I told them in the locker room, now that you're champions, the expectation is that you stay a champion, that you go be a champion tonight, that you make good decisions, that tomorrow, in the off season, continue to be champions, and no one can ever take that away from you. So we just want to continue to instill those values in our young men, and I tip my hat to them for continuing to believe in us.
Jamie Walker, Black College Sports Network. Coach, there's a lot of banter that goes on when it comes to the Celebration Bowl, in that the amount of time that the MEAC has versus the SWAC has, whether because of the championship game. What was the secret sauce tonight for you to kind of break through this, being only the second SWAC squad to win after Graham?
Well, it's 60 minutes of football. I told them after that first touchdown they scored, hey, the game isn't over, right? We got a lot of football left to play, even after the second touchdown. We just have to continue to fight, continue to believe. The 7 words that we use within this program, you can apply them at all points throughout the game. We didn't start fast. That's one thing that we wanted to do. But the main thing, after you go down 14-0, now you got to have some faith, and you got to continue to fight. And our guys did that. Then once we took a lead in the second half, now it's about finishing. And the whole time we wanted to make sure that we enjoyed this moment, had fun. Like I told them at halftime, we do it together as a family. Nobody can beat us. And so we had to pull all 7 L's today. And that's what it takes to win championships. And again, I couldn't be more proud of these guys for just continuing to embody everything that Florida A&M is all about.
Time for two more, young lady in the back and one of these gentlemen in the front.
Hey, Coach, I know you already know this because you're a history buff, especially when it comes to FAMU, but it's been 45 years to the day that Division I AA title was won, December 16th, 1978. Knowing how much this university means to you personally, to do that on the day, 45 years from that first national title, how much does winning today's Celebration Bowl mean to you?
It means everything. And if I wasn't so superstitious, Allison, we would have worn the orange helmets because that's the uniform they wore. The orange hat, the green top, the white pants. But we're so superstitious in white helmet. We have lost the championship game format in white helmets. So we want to stick true to what we've done. That we really want to honor that 78 team by wearing the green top with white championship pants. And I know Coach Hubbard is smiling right now. I'm sure I have a text in my phone somewhere from him congratulating me. He's been my one of my biggest supporters. And just again, I took the shirt off that I was going to put on because I never wanted to be about me. And I wore my Regardless of Raptor shirt. So these on sale, by the way. But again, just being able to be mentioned in the same breath as J.K. Thur, Rudy Hubbard, Billy Joe, Ken Riley, or Joe Taylor, it's truly special. And now, we had a championship kind of voting in 19, but now it's undisputed. And so thankful to be the head coach at Florida A&M. I'm overwhelmed with joy to be able to lead this phenomenal program because of what it means to my family, my community. And again, God is a wrap.
Final question.
Congratulations, Coach Earl Kitchings with 405 Back Awards. You had an opportunity to come to Florida A&M, but that didn't work out for you. Does this championship sort of make up for that opportunity that was missed?
We're gonna find a way to bring that up. I don't know what it is about championship game. We're gonna bring up that moment in 03. But no, God, everything's on God's time. It wasn't my time in 2003. I say that to players all the time. I don't know what God was saving me from, but not allowing me to come to FAMU as a player. He brought me here at the right time. He set it up to where when I came, the path was laid for us to be successful and set the foundation. So again, just thankful that I'm in this place and continue to be what my feet are. Again, it's really a blessing. And Rattler Nation is so excited right now, and the feeling that they have is really what drives me to continue to do what I do.
So Rudy's team finished 12-1 too.
Luke, you didn't have a question. Bill, Coach, you get the last question. You should have the last question.
First of all, thank you.
No, that state coming. That's what state.
I already made reservations. It's Dr. Bill's inside the HBC Sports Law in Yannickville. I wanted to ask you a crucial question. Coach Willie Shotgun Simmons, known in many ways from his offensive side of the ball. Obviously, this championship is based on a lot of ways of defense. But there was a critical time in the game, at least from my perspective. I want to get yours. 2:33 left in the game or so. It was third down, 3rd and 6. You hand it to your running back. Obviously, if they get the first down, you kneel out and try to run it. But what was in your head of deciding, let's run it, lean on the defense versus throwing a pass?
Well, someone asked earlier, what's your thought process when you have a top-notch defense? Well, again, at the end of the day, when you throw the football, there are 3 things that can happen. 2 of them are bad. You can complete it. That's the good thing. You can get a sack. You can throw an interception, throw an incompletion. So actually 3 bad things can happen. So one, we wanted to keep the clock moving. They had burned a couple of timeouts early in the second half, so I knew they only had 1 timeout left. We have one of the nation's best punters. And so at that moment, you make a decision. Do you try to be aggressive and throw a pass? If it's incomplete, the clock stops and you still punt it. Or do you run the ball, force them to make a decision? They got to call a timeout there to stop the clock and they're done. Or they got to let it run down, and then they lose 40 seconds. So we made a decision there to run the ball, hand it off to Terrell. We call a play that, hey, if it pops and we get a first down, great, game's over. But when you have the nation's #1 defense and one of the nation's top hunters, you put it in their hands. And they tackled it short. Trey Wilhoit boots probably a 50-yard punt. I mean, he crushes the ball, forces them to fair catch it. And then I think 2 plays later, we get an interception to seal the game. So, special teams and defense, we knew were going to be a critical part of this game. And in those type of situations, I mean, as a leader, as a head coach, you got to make some tough decisions. And you know, hey, you roll the dice, but there's old saying that in those moments you think players, not plays. And so I thought about Isaiah Major, I thought about Trey Wilhoit, I thought about Anthony Dunn, I thought about Jalen Morgan, guys that can really make a difference in the game. I didn't really think about us trying to be aggressive on offense. So it was a calculated risk, but fortunately for us, it paid off and it worked out exactly the way I thought it would.
Big decision.
All right, once again, coach, congratulations on the win. Thank you for your time.
Thank you guys, appreciate it.